My daughter was cyberbullying her classmate. Instead of taking her phone away, I made her face the consequences in a way she'll never forget. I never expected to find myself scrolling through my 14-year-old daughter Lily's Instagram messages at midnight, feeling physically ill at what I was reading. But when the school counselor called that afternoon saying another parent had reported cyberbullying, I had to investigate. What I found was worse than I imagined. Lily and two friends had created a private account dedicated to mocking Emma, a quiet girl in their class who had recently moved to our town. They posted unflattering photos taken secretly, made cruel memes about her clothes and appearance, and even created polls like "What's the worst thing about Emma?" As a single father raising a daughter, I've always prided myself on our open communication. Lily had always been kind and empathetic, or so I thought. The vicious comments I was reading didn't align with the child I believed I was raising. When I confronted her the next morning, her initial response was defensive. "It was just jokes. Dad, Emma doesn't even know about it." "That doesn't make it better," I said. "It makes it worse." I could have confiscated her phone or grounded her, but I knew those punishments would be temporary and might not address the real issue. Instead, I developed a three-part plan. First, I contacted Emma's parents and requested a meeting with them and Emma with Lily present. I explained what had happened and asked if they would be willing to let Lily apologize in person. They agreed, though understandably hesitant. The meeting was excruciating. Lily had to sit across from Emma and her parents and scroll through the account, showing them every post and comment. Emma cried silently. Her mother looked heartbroken. When Emma finally spoke, her words were devastating in their simplicity. "I already knew about the account and does. That's why no one talks to me." Lily's face crumpled. This wasn't the convenient narrative she had told herself, that Emma was oblivious, that it was harmless fun. The reality of her actions was staring her in the face. For the second part of the consequence, I had arranged with Emma's parents and the school counselor for Lily to give a presentation to her class about cyberbullying, not as a public shaming, but as a way to take responsibility and educate others. Lily spent a week researching cyberbullying statistics, psychological effects, and even legal consequences. She interviewed a psychologist who specializes in teen mental health. She created a PowerPoint that included anonymous examples of her own behavior, approved by Emma first, and what she had learned the day of the presentation. Lily was terrified, but she stood in front of her peers and teachers and owned her mistakes. She explained how cyberbullying can lead to depression, anxiety, and even suicide. She talked about digital footprints and how nothing online is truly private or temporary. "I thought what I was doing wasn't a big deal because it was just online," she told them. "But words hurt whether they're said to your face or behind your back. I am deeply ashamed of what I did, and I am working to be better." The final part of her consequence was ongoing. Lily would volunteer weekly at a local youth center that runs programs for kids who have been bullied or socially isolated, not as punishment, but as a way to develop greater empathy and use her social skills positively. It's been 6 months since that midnight discovery. The change in Lily has been profound. Her volunteer work has evolved from an obligation to a passion. She and Emma aren't friends. Some damage can't be easily repaired, but Emma is no longer isolated at school. Last week, Lily came to me with tears in her eyes and showed me her phone. A 6th grader had reached out to her after her presentation, sharing that she was being bullied online and didn't know what to do. Lily had helped her document everything and approach a trusted teacher. "I keep thinking about how Emma felt. Lily told me how alone she must have been. I never want anyone to feel that way because of me again. I don't share this story to paint myself as a perfect parent. I failed somewhere along the way in not noticing the changes in my daughter that led to this behavior. But I share it because sometimes the hardest parenting moments require more than conventional discipline. Taking away Lily's phone would have been easier, but making her face the real human impact of her actions and then channeling that difficult lesson into positive change has transformed her in ways I couldn't have imagined." Sometimes our children need to feel the weight of their mistakes to truly understand their power to hurt or heal others.